Okay, we're gonna try this again. I just had another stream up. I'm probably gonna delete it because the stream for some reason stopped. That's okay. That's the beauty of being able to restart things. So again, I am again going to give the lovely No Filter Nina a shout out. So No Filter Nina, hopefully you see this. By the way, I absolutely appreciate the shirt. It's a very nice shirt. Everybody, here's your chance. Check it out. The No Filter Nina family. Check us out on YouTube. That's what's up. So what I'm gonna do for everybody, I'm going to leave her link on my description so that you get the opportunity to check her out and see how you like her channel. It's a really good channel. So I do hope everybody is having a very blessed day. It's very early here in the morning. It's like 6 in the morning right now. And everyone's asleep except for me because that's just the way I roll. Let me see. I'll wait for a minute to see if anyone pops in. I know the last stream got messed up, so that might affect things. I might just think it's frozen anyway, so there's no point in even trying to come back, which I could understand that. Oh, someone did pop by. There you are. What's up, Carol? Yeah, I don't know what happened. It just kind of froze up on me. I was mad about that too, because I'm like, I don't ever get to see Jessica anymore. So, have you just been busy with life, with your kids, your fiance? Just life been getting a little hectic? And I know the holidays make life quite a bit hectic too. And also, how are you doing, Carol? How's the blog coming along? Ah, I understand all too well. But check this out, Jessica. How cool is it with what your kids really become? Like they go from not being able to move, not really being able to communicate, not really being able to do much at all except lay there and drink milk. And then as the years go on, just it's been in the span of 2 years. He's walking, talking, communicating, having a blast, learning. He's learning very rapidly. He knows his colors now, and he's just enjoying his little body. Like he's just learning how to do so many different things. What did kind of scare me was he learned how to jump, and that kind of sucked because now he tries to jump off the couch. And so I have to do my best to make sure he doesn't do that. Yeah. And I saw it, I'm watching him thinking about it the first time he learned how to do it, and I'm like, "Oh no. Don't learn this skill set, not yet." And he did it and he hasn't stopped since. So I'm like, "All right. Well, keep him away from dangerous objects, dangerous places, and just a new little adventure that we got going on." Yeah, he's a very natural athlete. He's very, very fast and he's very strong, which is scary for a 2 year old because he has no control over it at all. And so he's just living the dream, living his little life, just learning the joys of it. How are your kids doing? Yes, absolutely. I'm glad to hear it. Were you were you going to do another song soon too? That's awesome. Tell him congratulations. That's really cool. Awesome. Congratulations to her as well. Hey, what's up, Deanna? Thank you. I appreciate it. Got love for you too. Yeah, that's the thing. So, um, okay, cool, cool. Do you ever sing live by chance? Or do you focus it mostly on YouTube? Ah, you can sing. That's what's up. Any Are you gonna sing live again anytime soon? And where do you Oh, karaoke? I love some karaoke. Let me I I actually got a standing ovation for singing karaoke. Now my voice isn't great, but I will say that I can entertain because I go all out. I did a Michael Jackson song and I went all out. It's pretty cool. I might have to do that sometime just to give you all a good laugh. Like I was also thinking about when I go live, I wanted to kind of tell about my day. Yes, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have to do it. I might have to get Zach Watson because I know he loves to dance too. So I might send a challenge out his way. I haven't seen him for a while though. I'm sure he's been pretty busy. I know he got a new job. So, and I'm sure that can take up quite a bit of time. But I was coming on the live stream just to kind of tell a little bit about my story. And then I realized like I like talking to you guys way too much. So my live streams are going to be more just chit chatting. And if anyone has any questions that need to be answered, they can feel free to do it here. But I've gotten to know a lot of people really, really well through this YouTube community. And by the way, absolutely appreciate all of your comments too. You guys are an awesome, awesome community. And you guys are always supporting me. Let's see. What did Orla say? Hey, Orla. I hope you and your daughter are well too. Why are you not so well? If I read that correctly, I think that's what you said. Not too good with my health. What's going on? Thanks, Jessica. See, I don't know what name to give you. I'm not good with giving names. Because, I mean, you got the trifecta. Because you're a beautiful woman, you can sing, and you're intelligent. So I don't. The trifecta hashtag? Trifecta greatness? See, that just sounds corny. I'm not good at giving names. You might have to give yourself a name too. Yeah, I tried. What is your fiance's name again, too? Because I know I subscribe to his channel. I don't see him enough to remember his name. Duke. Okay. Has he uploaded anything? Because I hit the bell notification on his as well, and I'm not seeing anything. Oh, really? That's cool. Yeah, maybe me and him can collab sometime too. That'd be really cool. How long has he trained for? Yeah, that would be really, really awesome. 5 years? Awesome. Does he have a degree in anything or did he just get into it? Ah, what age? What age does he coach? Like the craziest part of it all too, um, just as a personal trainer, I've really learned so much because right when I got out of ASU, I've always had the want to help people. Oh, that's awesome. Because dealing with young kids like that really can tailor you as an individual. Like I was saying, even when I got out of ASU, I was like, I'm gonna help everybody. I'm gonna help the entire world. People have just been saying it incorrectly. This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna say. This is I'm gonna put it together. And I got out there. And one thing they don't teach you as a trainer is how to sell properly. And so when I got out there, I was so nervous when it came to the selling department. I didn't know how to sell people. And the thing is, a personal trainer with no clients is making zero money no matter how much they charge. So I had to learn to sell and I had to learn to sell quick. And putting it together, it was really funny because not only did I need to learn how to sell myself, I needed to learn to sell people on themselves. And that's what it really comes to get down to. Like the whole rah rah, you can do it, uh, really isn't enough for a lot of people. When it comes to actually training individuals that don't like training, it's one thing if you like it, it's a completely other thing if they don't like doing it. And so when you can change their mindset on certain things, you'll see the growth and the potential, and you'll start seeing things coming together for them. And those are some of my favorite stories to see. Like the fact that Dulce, I can't believe she's already lost 110 pounds. Like sometimes my clients even amaze me for what they do. And I always remind them, yeah, yeah, absolutely, Jessica. I always remind them that their success is really a part of other people's success because it reminds other people that they're more than capable of doing it as well. And oftentimes, see, people get it in their head that everyone's at this set place. Like some people are just good at things, some people are just bad at things, and that's absolutely not true. The human body is an amazing, amazing piece of work. And what's up, Metrosonic? How you doing, man? And so when you can put that together and make things really start working and chiming in synchrony, then everything becomes much easier and it's just one of the coolest things to see. It really absolutely is. Yes, he is. Bruce Lee was the man and the legend. And so I've seen like seeing the transformation in their mindset and when they put things together is absolutely, it just wows me, and I feel privileged to be a part of it. I really do, to be a part of their journey and their situation and what they're doing, and just being a part of their greatness. Really, believing they couldn't do something that they absolutely could do, and putting it together and watching it really blossom and shine into something they didn't even know. Like, I've had several clients actually get teary eyed because they didn't know how much potential they really had. So, and that's the coolest part of it all. Like training someone who already knows they have the potential is fun and a joy, but training someone who didn't realize they had it in the first place and then moving in the direction that they need to move into is another thing altogether. All right, let me backtrack on some of these. So Orla says somebody called a social worker. Yeah, that's weird. Well, I hope everything's good with that, Orla. I really do. And hopefully you're able to get that figured out sooner than later. That's good, Metrosonic. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, Jessica, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. It's just the coolest thing in the world to see. Like, and it's funny. So I was actually talking with one of my clients about it. You're welcome. Yeah, definitely hoping the best. Um, he's a guy, like a really, really just a good stand-up dude, and he means well. but he 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 wants to help everybody as well. And the number one thing I told him in his situation is he's got to focus on himself first, because sometimes people just have to focus on building themselves before they can help building other people. It just doesn't work if you're trying to build people up and you're not a complete product. It just it doesn't go hand in hand. So focusing inwardly instead of outwardly. And hey, what's up, Gemma? How you doing? Is life treating you well? So, like I was saying, focusing inwardly instead of outwardly, and putting yourself together and putting yourself in a good, safe, solid, strong place so that you are able to really help other individuals. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Gemma. I hope you feel better soon. Yeah, definitely hope you feel better soon. I know it's cold season, so it's really going around right now. Okay, Jessica, yeah. And yeah, that's what it's about is when you're a solid product, and a solid product isn't to say like, here I am, I've stamped solid product, so I'm done learning, I'm done growing. You're never really truly done. But you're in a place where you can truly help people, because like I was saying, even with the situation that we had going on last week, like life will just give you a shit sandwich sometimes, and you'll ask for some mustard and it'll punch you for even asking that. And so you really got to build that strength up, because life is not always a walk in the park. But if your mindset is solid, then it's almost like nothing can break you. Let's see. All right, backtracking. Here I go. A lot of things have returned in my favor. That's awesome, Sonic. I'm glad to hear that. It's always good to come back with some old friends and say what's up. Awesome, Gemma. You got this. I know you're going to put this together. And you know what a cool thing is? Just feeling lifted up actually helps with a cold too. Your body will be more inclined to fight it. And so, yeah, when you start putting it together, it's just the coolest thing in the world. Hey, what's up, ADZ boxer? Um, but that's what it really comes down to. When you can do that and start putting things together in a positive, empowering way. And it's funny because it does become a contagious thing too. Like when you have a solid mindset, people almost want to strengthen their mindset just because they're around an individual who has that strong mindset. So people can feed off of each other, and it's the coolest thing in the world to see. Like you'll see a group get together and become really really strong. Now there's the reverse is true too. Like if you see people who are not in a good place and they're in a group, that's not healthy. That's pretty dangerous. And so it really comes down to know who you're surrounding yourself with. You absolutely have to know who you're surrounding yourself with and always take that into consideration. Must be positive. I have to go. All right, Orla, you have a good one, and I'm glad you're staying positive. And if I don't see you before Christmas, you have a Merry Christmas. Jessica showing Gemma some love. That's what's up. And so, yeah, the biggest thing is putting the community together, becoming stronger together. Like, hey, what's up, Cecil? Good, good. One of the most important things to have is that solid, put together community. Let's see here. Thanks, brother. Hey, it's all good. The funny thing is one of my clients was actually talking about Yoel Romero. And so I lost a fight to that guy. Super athlete, great athlete. And I felt comfortable in the fight, but he ended up catching me with the flying knee. And, I just went back to the drawing board. I went back to business as usual. And it it actually inspired my client to want to do more. So I took that as a plus, like sometimes life doesn't give you what you want it to give you. Like I didn't want to lose on live TV like that, but it happens. And it's like, all right, you get to show what your character is. And if you can improve someone's life by staying strong in a crappy situation, then you just do your best to improve that person's life. So I'll take that as a win. Let's see. What does Metro say? My older cousin. I never heard of the Jinja Ninja Trickster. Huh. Yeah, you have to show that to me. I'm interested. Thank you, Jessica. Always appreciate your kind words. I really do. And I'm glad to hear that, Gemma. I'm glad you're doing the things that you need to do. I hope everything's okay with you and the situation that you had going on too. I know you were going through something, but you're such a strong woman. I know you're going to get through it. I just hope it's going well for you. I want to see. I know. I'm kind of curious, right, Jessica? I don't even have an idea what that could possibly be. So I am curious to see that. Are you going to show it? I don't. Are you still there, Metro? If you're still there, are you going to show it on your channel, or do we have to do a collab so I can see it? How are we doing this? Okay, sounds good to me, Gemma. My schedule's been kind of busy, but I'm gonna try and figure something out. Oh, so yeah, I spoke with a motivational coach, which was pretty cool. And wow, people are really serious about this thing. Like they had, oh, okay, I'll check it out. So since I'm not gonna open it right now, Metrosonic, if you can leave it on the comments after the live's over, I would greatly appreciate that. So I'm speaking with this motivational speaker, and she really knows her stuff. I ask very difficult questions because I only want to be coached by the best. I did not know there's actually universities for motivational speaking. So I knew there were institutes. Yeah, he's very explosive. Part of the reason he caught me with it was because I didn't even know he could throw it from where he was. Like, he's not the greatest technical fighter, but he is a very explosive guy. Okay, Gemma, sounds good. Hi, Robinson. Faith Robinson, how you doing? So yeah, so she's speaking to me about these places that I can go to for motivational speaking. And I told her specifically what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go, how I wanted to do it. And so it was pretty cool because she goes, I want to work with you. And honestly, you're so articulate and you have your message down so clear that you honestly don't need to go to these universities or institutes. And so I was kind of like, okay, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. And so I'm moving in the direction that I need to move into. And it was funny because I told her, like, so my message comes from living it over and over again. Like, people really do get in their own ways all the time. Like, they're really good at getting in their own way. And when they do that on a regular basis, you have to learn how to get them out of their way. And so when you're learning how to get a person out of their own way, you get really, really good at getting people out of their way. Like that's all motivational speaking really is. It's just reminding people what they have, but not just saying, "Oh, by the way, you have this." Like there's a detail behind how you do it and how you put it together. And when you can make a person visualize their own greatness and see a better future somewhere, and not only visualize and see it, but act on it, because the action's important too. But when you can put those things together, then everything is a slam dunk at that point. And so even with your fiance Duke, Jessica, for him to deal with ninth graders and 10th graders and 11th graders and 12th graders, wow, that's tough. But the best part about that is if you can get into their heads, it's easier to get into an adult's head. The same thing as, like, I've trained a lot of women, and generally speaking, because I'm not about to get into it with someone who's like, well, what if I think, but generally speaking, men think differently than women. They just do. They see the world differently, they view it differently, they respond to different things. Thanks, Jessica. And just shared on Discord live stream server. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Gemma. Oh, thanks for the support, Jessica. Yeah, I mean, I've never been one to ask for likes. So I'll let the community ask for them for me. So I appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much. And then Faith Robinson dropped by to show some. Oh, thanks, Faith Robinson. I really appreciate that. I appreciate those kind words. Yeah, that's what it's about. I say, with that being said, like, even when the motivational speaker said to oh, awesome, Jessica. Yeah, I know Sonic's into that. So even when the motivational speaker said to me that um you're a natural at it, see, part of the problem people have is they believe in their own head that they can just stop at something because they're good at something. And that's no, you keep growing, you keep getting better, you keep tailoring it. Because if I'm speaking to a room of 500 people and I transform two people, that's great because that's two more people that weren't transformed. But I would like to go to three, and then to four, and then to five. I want to always get better. I always want to tailor my craft. I always want to get better at what I do and improve at what I do. And so that's the one thing that's really has set me apart from other trainers. Thank goodness. Because I never understood doing something that you don't love to do. And there's one thing about getting paid. I understand that people need to get paid. But at the same time, you can honestly get paid for doing anything. Like, if you do anything great, someone somewhere is going to pay you for it, for anything. So why not go all in on your craft instead of half-ass a craft? Like, that comes down to the weight loss too. Is I tell people, go 100% on what you're doing. And if a person doesn't feel comfortable with losing, like, they make these outlandish goals for themselves. Like, I didn't tell Dulce, all right, we're going to lose 110 pounds in less than a year. Like, that would have freaked her out. I go, Dulce, we're just going to focus on 1 pound at a time. So just go all in on that pound. All right, when you lose that, what do? Go all in on the next pound. And just keep doing that. And eventually everything falls into place. And that's the thing. Like, people will trick themselves and put themselves in these weird situations and very uncompromising situations because in their head, it's way too big for them. And so you just have to break it down into little chunks and just have them focus on that little chunk. Be great in that little chunk. Greatness isn't about being great at everything. Greatness is about being great for the specific thing you're looking to be great in. Let's see. I think I got a lot of messages. So here I go. All right, so Metro. I'm glad to. Okay, cool. So Metro and Jessica are talking martial arts right now. Also, I don't know if you guys have checked each other's channels out. Definitely check each other's channels out. Um, Everyone on this live has really amazing channels. Absolutely, Jessica. See, I know you get it because I've heard you sing. Like that's what it comes, and the way you edit your YouTubes, like I had a feeling we were going to get along when I first met you, and I'm glad the feeling was correct. Oh my, awesome, Gemma. I'm glad you love it, and I'm sure you do an amazing job at it because you're such a passionate individual. Like sometimes that's all you really need is the passion will get you through the bumpy times. Your craft will get better as you act on the craft, but just having the passion alone makes the biggest difference. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad you still get along with your ex, Metrosonic. Thank you, Faith. Most definitely, I'm going to check everyone out. Awesome, Jessica. Yeah, Jessica shows love to her fam. So I know we're her little YouTube fam, and she takes care of us. And also, we always appreciate that too, dear friend. Let's see. Oh, that's cool, Metro. I need to get that little prayer sign, Jessica. I'm missing the peace sign and the prayer sign. You know, um, so yeah, sometimes people will give me little signs and I don't have them all. So I need to get them all because it's like, I don't know if any of you watch Pokemon. You got to catch them all. Well, I got to get all the emoji signs one day at a time. Yes, absolutely, Jessica. That's what it is. Because it's a really powerful thing. Have a good one, Faith Robinson. And thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. See, yeah, you got to catch them all. I got to get all those emojis. All right, so I got something for you, Jessica. So this one was interesting. And I thought about this for a while because I think I agree with you. Like, love is one of the most powerful things you can have. It absolutely is. And then it, like, kind of depends on who you're dealing with because one, you want people who want win-win situations. And I think you're good. So you want people who want win-win situations. And then on top of it, you want people who are going to try and empower you, of course, which if you're going to empower someone, you're going to have that win-win situation. Yeah, yeah, treat people accordingly. Yeah. So I knew you were going to agree with me in this. So when dealing with a manipulator, like the one thing that absolutely irritates me is a person, it's not even like if you're a jerk, then be a jerk. Respect. Okay, you're a jerk. That's fine. Don't pretend you're something you're not to get one on or over people. And that just absolutely drives me insane. And I wish I could just explain to people how to do it exactly because as I'm sure you know, Jessica, you can give them a list of how to watch out for these type of people and they might not see it until it's actually happened to them. Um, but one important thing, one message I want to give to everybody, listen to what other people say about the people in your circle. Listen to it because manipulators have maps, just as people who try to empower other people, they have maps. It's like, what is this person constantly known for? Don't trust anyone until you've heard from five different sources. Like, it can't be all from the same source because they could all be this manipulator's friend and they're like, oh, yeah, well, everyone says he's nice. Listen to five sources from five different places and you'll kind of get an idea of what you're dealing with. If people are saying, oh, don't trust such and such, and it comes from five different sources, you probably shouldn't trust that person. Even on face value, they seem trustable because honestly, the best manipulators do seem like the most trustworthy people on the planet. It's funny, I remember there was one guy who I hate to say it, he kind of reminded me of myself in the bringing people up and lifting people up. And then I realized, like, once the baggage got opened up, it was like, man, you're that way. Like, he just, long story short, I'll just give small snippets. He was married. He proposed to another woman. He had a GoFundMe account for cancer, for his cancer cure. He had no cancer. He obviously proposed to this woman to mess with her for some reason I don't know or another. But the way he spoke, like he had a way about him, and it was really kind of sad to see someone would use something like that on other people. Just it's really deceiving and unfortunate. Let me see. All right, I know sometimes I go on my little tangents. It's always set during meditation performing. I like it, Metro. Makes perfect sense too. Uh, Thank you, Gemma. Yes, very true, Jessica. Yeah, like I also say like sometimes a person's virtue can become their vice. Like being nice is great, but you can be overly nice, especially to the wrong people, and that's not healthy for you. And honestly, they're taking advantage of you, and so you're almost teaching them that it's okay to manipulate, and it's not. Um, yeah, I know, Gemma. And it really comes down to buckling down. Always know your worth. Always know what your worth is. We all go through it eventually. My manipulators came when I was very young. I'm 37 now. Like, and I hate to say it, my son's probably gonna have to deal with that a little bit too because I can tell he's such a trusting, loving kid that I just have to warn him and let him make the mistakes he has to make. I've been Oh wow. Yeah, that's a long time, Metro. Yeah, I'm the same way, Jessica. Yeah, and that's what it's about. Like I wish I could just give people a map and say this is what you follow and they'll kind of see it a little bit, but it's hard because it's the same thing as if you gave people a map or a book on how to ride a bike, it wouldn't matter until they've ridden the bike and fallen off the bike. Like you can have the perfect laid out plan to teach a person how to ride the bike, and it's just not going to work that way. Yeah, Gemma. I mean, and that's the thing. Like, I think people might try and make you a target, and I don't think that's right. I think with a couple steps, like that kind of stuff will happen less and less. I do believe that like they say it takes a mentor to move a person to the fast track, and that is true. Like that's absolutely true. As an entrepreneur, I could tell a person the steps to take, and instead of taking them 5 years, it's going to take them 1 year, but it's still going to take that year. And sometimes people might feel a year's a really long time, but it really isn't that long time, not that long in the grand scheme of things. And when you put that together, that's what it's about. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. And yeah, the one I'll always remind you and tell you, know your worth. You're worth that, you know. And even when you know your worth, sometimes other people might not know your worth, and you have to remind them. Like you really legitimately have to remind certain people because they will take advantage of an individual's worth sometimes, and it's not supposed to be that way. Yeah, Jessica. So and then see, oh, we got to collab too, Jessica, on something like that because I think that would be an interesting discussion to have, not only for ourselves, but us being parents as well. Just being parents makes you want to, like, we know our kids are going to go through difficult times, And as a parent, you don't want your kid to go through difficult times, but a kid doesn't grow without having the difficult times. So you know it's a necessity. Like that's how my parents always were. They would let me deal with my difficult times and let me do what I needed to do and let me figure things out the way I needed to figure it out. Because I go, there's one thing that's different from everybody else. One, we're all special. We all have something great in us. But the one difference we all have that nobody else has is our personalized story and our perception of the world. No one can take that from us. Honestly, that's what I tell clients who um, they come in and they're not the happiest people. If they're not the happiest people, that's okay. That's okay. Life's a process. And when you can get the process correct, then that's when cool things really start happening. Yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun, Jessica. Okay, what's Sonic saying? Yeah, I agree with that, Sonic. The thing is, too, like, and I think sometimes people miss this part, you have to practice being you. Like, just telling a person to be themselves, that's hard to do. And I've noticed this over and over again. When you're in a situation, you don't get the time to really process the situation accordingly. So there are times when you just have to sit down and say, is this the kind of person I am? And is this what I want? Is this what I want to do? And I don't think people do that enough. In fact, I know a lot of people don't do that enough because that's usually what happens when I get a new client. Like they've had so many voices in their head that they don't even know exactly what they want. So you just have to break that down. You got to listen to them and they'll tell you. It's so funny. They do know. They have an idea. They have an inkling, but they don't know how to get there or how to obtain it. Let's see. Come from art. Yeah, I agree with that. That's what it's about. Taking care of people. Gator Girl? Is Gator Girl here? Yes, she is. What's up, What's up, Gator Girl? I didn't even see you. Sorry about that. I hope all is well. How are you doing? Yeah, rumors can be pretty bad. Like it really does come down to um, just listening intently and listening to what people are saying and see where you're getting your information from. Usually, if it's a rumor teller, they're telling rumors about everybody. So that's kind of a null case. But if you're dealing with an individual who is trustworthy and known for getting the facts right, then you probably want to listen to that person. Similar to the news. It's very similar to the news and media. Like media will tell certain stories. Some media lines are a little bit better than other media lines. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that, Gator Girl. Glad your day's going well. I am glad everyone is having such a great day. And I hope, like I said, if I don't see you beforehand, I hope everybody has a very Merry Christmas. I hope it's not snowing too much where you're at. And if it is, I hope you enjoy snow because I'm not a big fan of snow. Do you like snow? Just is there snow around you, Jessica? I'm pretty sure it's around you, Gemma, because I know you're in the. I don't know what part of the UK you're in though. That's about 100%, Jessica. Yeah, you're right on that. You'll hear it and it's like, okay, if that's what you want me to believe, I'm not falling for it, but okay. Okay. Yeah. Does it ever snow out there? Does it ever snow where you're at? Awesome, Gator Girl. I'm glad to hear that. So what weight are you trying to get to? Oh, does it, Jessica? Ooh, do you like the snow? Okay, stay strong, Gemma. Hopefully it doesn't snow too much. Yeah, I don't think anyone likes the snow. I haven't heard anyone really truly like the snow. And if they like the snow, they think they like the snow. Like it's people from Arizona that's never seen snow. It's all in movies. They're lies. Playing in the playing snowballs, making snowmen. It's not that cool. Okay. Do you like the snow, Metrosonic? Are you a fan of the snow? Okay, 100 pounds, Gator Girl, and 10 pounds a month. Yeah, that's definitely doable. So I want to tell you this, Gator Girl, and this is important. Um, have a plan and a strategy. Okay, I am so happy that I motivated you to get started. This is awesome, and that's just the start. The motivation's just the start, and the action's the most important part. And so write down specifically what you're looking to do, how you're looking to get there, and take it one day. You just focus on that day. And if you mess up for a day, that is fine. But figure out why you messed up, how you messed up, and what you can change from that mess up. Because what sometimes people do is they'll mess up and be like, oh, I've messed it all up. And that's not true. You've built momentum. So if you go strong for 2 months and you mess up for a day, figure out, make a plan, and then take action. It really is about having a plan, executing the plan, learning from the plan, and then repeating that over and over and over again, and you'll get there. And I'll tell you, rem- remind yourself you are already where you're looking to be. You're already there. Just keep following the necessary steps that you need to follow. And if you have any specific questions for me relating to nutrition or exercise programs, feel free to ask me, and I'll help you in the best way that I can. All right. I know I missed a couple. Let's see. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Jessica. If I was staying at home and there's the heater's going and I'm drinking some hot cocoa and I have some marshmallows in there, then I think it would be okay. It's that going out in it part. Awesome, Gator Girl. That's really awesome. So, um, if you what gym are you going to? Are you going to like an LA Fitness, one of those basic gyms? Are you going to a more private gym? Uh, yes. And I'm glad to hear the no quitting part too. That's awesome, Gator Girl. Keep at it. And like I said, see, sometimes we need those little sparks of motivation that really just keep us moving. We do need those little sparks of motivation. So what I'd say is start with very super reasonable goals. Like you're looking for 10 pounds a month. And if you get there, that's great. But I would honestly start with 1 pound a month. 1 pound a month. And it sounds crazy. And if you surpass that, you surpass it and you crush it and you do the 10, that's great. But start in small increments because you have to feel like you're succeeding, and weight is only one discrepancy of all of this. Like it's about losing body fat, it's not about losing overall weight. And sometimes that will discourage a person real quick. They'll get on the scale and say what's going on, because I did make a video about this isn't worth it, this is worth it, I'm not worth this much, and it's very true. So often people will get into a position where it's not worth it. It really isn't, because your body used to staying a certain way. So when your body's used to being there, it's gonna fight it for a little bit. And then you'll get to the okay, at least this is worth it stage. Like I'm starting to lose some weight. And there's a small stage in between both of those too, because at the weight you're at, 286 pounds, you might actually lose rapidly right away. You might lose very, very quickly, and then one day it'll just stop. That's exactly what happened to Dulce. Is she lost 30 pounds within about a month and a half. She lost 30 pounds and it just stopped because what your body's trying to do is trying to adjust and it's trying to stay where it's at. But as long as you build and implement these habits and you stay on the plan, you stay consistent on the plan, it's less than a year. It takes less than a year. And it happens so rapidly. But you can't let your own mind play mind tricks with you because that's what it'll do. It's just like, is this really worth it? I'm busting my ass and it's not happening. And that's okay. You just keep your focus. Keep your focus. Keep maintaining. Okay, let's see here. Where am I? Sorry, everybody. Once I get really passionate about helping people. So when a question comes up, I kind of laser focus on it. Uh, hey, what's up, Games Walkthrough? How you doing, brother? I hope all is well. Everything good with you? Cliffhanger. Thanks, Gator Girl. Appreciate it. Okay, that's cool. So even if you one thing you could do, I don't know if you have anyone you can work out with specifically, but what you want to do is give yourself as many chances to succeed as possible. So even having a workout individual go with you, and it's got to be someone who's pretty consistent because you're going to get there no matter what. If you're having trouble, feel free. Like I said, you can YouTube me in the comments. You can email me. Feel free. Because I mean, there's nothing better than when a person absolutely reaches their goal. It really is the coolest thing in the world, especially when they felt they never could. Like I wish more people were a little more passionate about helping people find their success because it really is one of the coolest feelings in the world. Like I found my success a long time ago. I'm very happy with what I've done, with what I've accomplished, and I want to continue to do and accomplish things. But there's nothing better than getting a person out of a gutter they didn't think they could get out of. And it really does come down to them. Like that's what it really comes down to. But if a person doesn't believe in themselves, then you have to believe in them until they start believing in themselves sometimes. Yeah, most definitely, Gator Girl. Going to the gym a long time ago. That's awesome, Metrosonic. Keeping it in. Thanks, Jessica. I appreciate it. I absolutely appreciate it. Yes, absolutely. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Gamer Walkthrough. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, that's the truth, Metrosonic. Like, people have some of the most amazing abilities. They can do really great things when they find a way to put it together. It's the coolest thing to do. And it's the coolest thing to see. Like, what's really cool is, see, change happens in a moment too. Like, it really happens in a moment. You can see it in their eyes. And that's what it comes down to. Now, even though the change happens in a moment, the reverse change can happen in a moment too. And that's why I go, be careful who you surround yourself with because certain people will bring it out in you, like will bring that high acting energy out in you, but people will beat it out of you too. So it really depends who you are around. Uh, duh, duh, duh. Yes, absolutely, Jessica. It's really the coolest thing to watch them accomplish their goals. Oh, that's awesome to hear, gamer walkthrough. That's cool. Keep it up, brother. Yeah, I'm glad I could motivate you, man. Like I said, I go my whole channel. It is about motivation, but it's also about transformation. So I'm glad to hear you're all taking the necessary action to do the things that you need to do. That's what it's about. Oh, thanks, Jim. I appreciate the kind words. I always appreciate you. Yeah, yeah, and that's what it's about, Gator Girl. Just keep surrounding yourself with the right people, the people who they see the greatness in you, and I want you to remember to always see the greatness in yourself. Oh, thanks, Gator Girl. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, um, it's funny because the way I kind of look at the world is I don't necessarily see anyone as being a stranger per se. And what I mean by that is we're all just different perspectives of life, like essentially. Even when I say men and women may think differently, we all want certain basic things. And those specific areas are very similar. Like we all want love. We all want to feel comfortable. We all want challenge. We do want challenges in our life. Like if we had no challenges in our life, life would get really boring really fast. And when you can put all of that together, I haven't seen anyone like I've seen some ignorant people. I mean, I've seen some racist people, I've seen some angry people, I've seen some hateful people, and you listen to the story and you kind of understand why. Like listen to the story close enough and you kind of like, "Oh, okay. Well, oh, okay. Well, that's why they're the way that they are." Even the manipulators, like as much as they do irritate me and they do because they do it to other people and that kind of frustrates me, there's a reason behind their story. Like you don't just turn out a certain way by just turning out a certain way. And so when you listen to the story and you listen deeply to the story and intently to the story, you kind of understand why that individual is where they're at and why they have become what they have become. So, and that's why I don't think anyone's truly a stranger. In fact, I want to meet as many people as I possibly can just to hear their story because if I can make their story a little more fun, then I'm all for it. Let's see here. Yeah, that's awesome, Gemma. Keep up the great work. Oh, thanks, friend. I appreciate the kind words too, Gemma. Two what? Yep, that's true, Metrosonic. You put those two together and great things can happen. Oh, thank you, Gator Girl. I appreciate the kind words. Right, Jessica? Yeah, I'm a big fan of brainstorming too. And the biggest thing I say, there is no problem without a solution. There's always a solution somewhere. And I read a book called It's a Whack on the Side of the Head. I love Mr. Burns, by the way, Metrosonic. So I'm reading a Whack on the Side of the Head, and it gives you five possibilities. So A, B, C, D, and E, right? And it says what makes these shapes different, and you get to pick: is it A, is it B, is it D, is it E, or is it A, B, C, D, or E? Yeah. And oh, thanks, Jessica. I appreciate that. And so you choose one of the answers, and then you read further, and then it says if you chose A, you are correct. If you chose B, you are also correct. If you chose C, and it goes all the way to E. And so what they were getting at is the problem some people have is even when they do find a solution to something, they think that may be the only solution, which is not necessarily true. There are several solutions to some problems. And sometimes the first solution you pick might not necessarily be the best solution. So think critically And that's the beauty of critical thinking and brainstorming when it's put in with the right people. It's also funny, like sometimes you want to brainstorm with like minded people, and sometimes you want to brainstorm with people who are not like minded at all, because it's going to make you see a different side of the coin. And it's going to test you mentally and make you think differently and come up with different solutions. I love Taibo. Isn't it awesome, Metrosonic? I'm a big fan of the Taibo too. I don't know what Gemma handled, but I'm sure it was amazing what she handled. So respect, Gemma. Much love. I might have missed that in the comments somewhere. So I gotta say, I've been on for about an hour, and there's five of you in here, and that's really really cool. Appreciate you all. I appreciate you stopping by. Like that's you guys are amazing to me. Oh, someone was asking for support. Who was asking for support? Hopefully, I can support them. I don't. Yeah. By the way, if I missed anyone's comments, which I'm sure I did miss a comment or two. Yeah, happy to have tuned in. Yeah, it was a blast, Jessica. Thanks for stopping by too. Oh, oh, I got you. Okay, yeah, thanks for handling that. Yeah, I don't. I didn't even think I needed this, but yeah, it's not. We don't do sub for sub here. That's like knocking on someone's door and saying, "Hey, you want to be my friend and I'll be yours." I I've always kind of thought it was a little bit of common sense, but apparently it's not. And yeah, yeah. I mean, I always thought that was a simple one. Like I never thought I would have to enforce a rule like that, but apparently I do, and that's why I have certain people who are um, my mediators, which is good to have. So thank you for stopping that craziness, Gemma. Much appreciated. Right? Hey, I'll be your friend. You want to be mine? Ah, thanks, Gator, bro. Appreciate you. And now I have an extra person on, so I'll stay on a little bit longer. I have a feeling. Oh, what happened, Gator Girl? Oh, okay. What's the nickname? I wasn't a huge fan of Cliffhanger, but I would have taken it. Actually, you know what? It's a movie, so whatever. Huh? It's kind of a sexy nickname, Chocolate Angel. I like that one. uh, I like it. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if it sticks. So, um, another funny thing. When I interviewed Julie yesterday, so she had no idea what she was going to be doing, right? Because that's just kind of the way I roll. Like, that's just what I do. I'm not about like I'm unapologetically me, right? And I've learned this like so you even look at okay, I'm getting off topic, so I'm going to stick to my topic. So anyway, so I'm unapologetically me. So I tell her I'm like, Julie, can I interview you? And she goes, yeah, what are we talking about? I go, oh, we're just going to play it by ear. I don't even know what we're talking about. But you're basically either gonna review me, and if you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. My feelings won't be hurt. But that's basically the essential of it. So I did my thing, and I like to ad lib. Like that's what I do. Like life is about ad libbing. Like it never does do it. It's never this perfect tailored out thing. So you learn to ad lib, and you learn to ad lib really, really quickly and really good at it. Like the more you do it. And so I'm like, you know what? Like, yeah, they have all these people reviewing these people, but you never get to know anything about the reviewer. And I think that's kind of important too, because I don't know, isn't it kind of narcissistic for someone to talk so highly of you and you not give them a little bit of love too? Like, shouldn't the love go both ways? I want to hear you guys' thoughts on that. Absolutely, Sonic. Absolutely. So yeah, I'm like, it should it like life is all about win-win situations, right? And so the win-win situation is, yeah. What do you think, Jessica? Like I just think, like largely put, so because I've always said play the long game. Like I play the long game. So if you're dealing with a manipulator, they're just playing the short game. Yes, absolutely. They're playing the short game. So people should to feel good. Like and that's something as simple as like our parents taught us that at a young age. Treat people the way you would want to be treated. Now, I'm not about if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all because yeah, you sometimes have to say unnice things to people. But you can say it in a tactful way though too. You don't have to be a jerk off about it. But it really comes down to if you do right by others, they're gonna do right by you every single time, unless they're trying to manipulate you. The only ones that won't do right is the ones who they want to win and they want you to lose. And it doesn't have to be that way. Like it absolutely. And honestly, so speaking of manipulators, they're not that many. They're really few and far between. Because I have seen people who have dealt with manipulators and they see the world much darker because of it. And it shouldn't be that way. I'm telling you, it's like 1 out of 10 is going to be a jackass. Like 9 out of 10 people, they are thinking about themselves. Don't get me wrong. Like people do think about themselves, but 9 out of 10 people are going to do right by other people if you do right by them. Like that's just the way it goes. It's just a simple fact of life. So I ask you, what are your thoughts on that? Because I like having these kind of conversations. Ooh, God. Absolutely, Metro Sonic. That's what it's about. Maybe you guys have all left, and that's okay. Because I took an hour of your time, and I appreciate that. And that is awesome. And I got a bunch of likes too on the stream. So that's awesome too. So I appreciate you guys. Yeah. Isn't that the truth, Greater Girl? Yeah, keep your chin up, keep moving forward, keep loving people up, keep doing the best that you can, and keep loving yourself too. Like your self-love is just as important as loving other people. In fact, sometimes you have to love yourself even more before you can help other people. You got to help yourself first, get yourself right first, and then you have the strength to help others. I love that name. Thanks, Gator Girl. You have yourself a good one. Yeah, I probably should get going too. So it has been a blast. I appreciate you all. This has been a lot of fun. I will talk to you all soon. Yes, absolutely, Jessica. Oh, and I got to get those emojis too. Those are some pretty cool emojis. What are those? Little, little party hats. All right. Jessica, you have so many damn emojis that I have a lot of work to do. So I hope you all have a great day, and I will talk to you all later. Take care.